All right. So what do you want to do?
I'm gonna stealth in.
Okay. Go ahead and roll stealth.
26.
All right. You stealth in, and you hear. And you hear heavy footsteps.
I don't see anything.
As you come around the corner, you see the backside of a rather large creature. You can't see its face. Paler skin. Looks like it has welts all over it and a bit of torn skin. Rudimentary loincloth.
Let me observe it for a little while.
Okay. As you look at it, it moves around and you see it pick up a femur bone of something and it kind of tosses it over to the side. You hear it. Zormir, you also hear it rattle across the ground. And it turns around looking around the cave. And you see it has one huge eye right in the center of its face.
Cyclops.
It doesn't see us.
Hasn't noticed you yet.
All right, I'm gonna sneak up next to Scar.
Okay.
Hold on, would they even see it? Because if I'm looking around the corner, they didn't come in the
Nope,
cavern.
you don't even know it's there yet.
What's he looking at, Zormir? He's
Assuming I'm rolling sneak too.
If you want to.
Stealth. Jeez. 30.
Okay. Yep. You're fine. You feel stealthy.
Okay, I'm gonna go up to him, and I'm assuming I see everything that he's already seen. Should I try to sneak up, jump up on his back, and get the jump on this guy? I could poke his eye out.
I think it's bigger than just for one of us. We may need all of us for this.
If I get in there quietly and stab its eye out, it's gonna be running around blind.
Remember last time you snuck up on somebody?
It went well for a time, a little bit.
We need to go back to the entrance and inform the others.
That's probably a good call.
I start to slowly move back.
Okay.
I'll go with him.
So you move back to the group.
Did the cave seem to go beyond where this Cyclops was?
What was that? Sorry.
Did the cave seem to go beyond where the Cyclops was?
No, it seemed kind of small from what you could see. You figure it's probably big enough to house whoever's living there.
There's an extremely large creature in there. I think with the combined might of all of us, we could take it. Seems to be the only thing living in here.
Got an eye, just the size of my head.
Is it worth it? It's done nothing to harm us yet.
You
Yes, but
Why
you
do
want
we need to go into the cave to begin with?
somewhere to store the horses? You want to leave the horses out in the middle of the field?
So we kill the inhabitant of the cave to store our horses.
I have a feeling this guy's not going to want to be bargained with.
Do you want this thing on our backs as we proceed further?
That is logical, I suppose.
Have you ever tried talking to him?
We can't stay here. It's coming towards the entrance. Make a decision now.
Oh, it's coming towards us right now?
Yes.
I'm summoning a force turret.
I
Okay.
will go up to the side of the cavern. The one
Yep. I'm
right
gonna
next to
hide.
me on the right.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
hide on the left
Pull out
side.
pull out the bow.
Okay. And you're gonna go where? Over here?
Left side and pull out my rapier.
Okay.
Yeah, me and the old servant and the turret are gonna slink off to the side.
Can I climb up the rock face of the cavern at all?
You can certainly try.
Like is there's things to climb up on?
There's rocks.
Okay, we'll give it a shot.
Think
Alright.
back on
Is that acrobatics?
It is acrobat or athletics.
Can it be acrobatics, please?
It can it can be athletics.
That's the difference of a plus 11 versus a minus 1.
Yep. Quickly.
16.
Okay. You climb 10 feet up off the rock face. You got both hands on there.
Right.
And then Blaylock, and you see oomph, oomph, rave. Roll initiative.
So
12.
Okay.
I wanted to jump on him as soon as he came out of the cave. Is that still an option?
It can be, yeah.
Hmm.
Blaylock.
9. That's with initiative. That's with the advantage.
Wow. Zormir.
17.
Scar. 35.
Yeah, I rolled low on this one. 17.
It's still like almost double mine.
It's irritatingly high. All right. Scar.
Oh, I had 14. I apologize. I didn't add my 2 on it.
You'd be in the same spot.
All right, I will let loose the arrows.
Okay.
So on my what is this thread? Let's get 3 attacks this turn. 15.
That would hit.
For 15 damage.
All right.
Second hit. 29.
That would hit.
Another 15 damage. And my third attack. 24. For another 15. Wow, it's 3 6s in a row.
That's, yeah. Wow. All right. So as he comes out and turns one eye to you, you loose 3 arrows in succession, and they stick into his skin. And Zormir, you're up.
Alright. So as soon as I see him come out of the cave right after Scar pelts him with arrows, I'm gonna hop off of my handholds in the rock and jump towards his shoulder. And as I'm jumping, I'm gonna take out a dagger and try and poke his eye out.
All right. First, I'll say for your movement, do an acrobatics check.
Alright.
A lot of flavor here.
22.
Okay. So you leap from the rock and grab hold of his shoulders, and you're crawling him like an ant on your arm, and you're just kind of crawling over his shoulders. And now make your targeted attack with disadvantage.
With disadvantage? Okay.
Yeah.
You say this is okay. So 19 for that. And 2 19s. Okay, so 27.
That's gonna hit.
All right. So excited. And that's gonna be for 9 points of damage.
Okay.
Straight to the eyeball. If possible.
All right. So you take the dagger and you shove it into the Cyclops' eye, and it screams out, and it starts flailing around. You need to make a athletics check to see if you stay on him.
Okay. My worst possible check. 12.
So, okay. Your next part?
Now I am going to disengage and leap backwards.
Where is backwards for you?
I guess leap off of his back. So if you probably was pointing towards Scar then.
Okay. So you leap back over to the wall where you came from?
Yep. And then I get my thing.
Yep.
12.
12. That misses.
Ooh.
So he, as you go off, he's still grabbing his eye. Nemoria, you're up.
How close am I to him? Am I able to touch him?
No. You'd have to move up to him. You are 10 feet away.
So can I move up to him and cast a spell?
You'd like to?
Yes, I would like to.
Okay.
So I'm going to run up to him and I'm going to cast Inflict Wounds.
Okay.
It's 3d10.
You gotta roll to see if you hit first.
Okay. So I got a 12.
Okay, so you reach out to him and, well, actually, roll again.
18.
Okay, that would hit.
Okay.
Now roll your 3d10.
Oh, 3d10. I'm sorry. Hang on a minute. 8. 8. 2. 18.
All right. Right, as you reach out and as he's flailing about, you place your hand on his leg and energy pulses out from your fingers and tears into the flesh, and you see the muscle start ripping up his leg, up into his side. You see the skin burst open and bits of blood flick out across your shield and your armor. All right. Blaylock, you're up.
Alright, first things first. So is he positioned underneath the cave? Is the cave still over him, or is he outside?
He's outside of the cave.
Okay. Alright. Okay, there's no text underneath Nemoria. That's right. Okay. So if I push the push what's his name back, does Nemoria get an attack of opportunity?
Yes. There. Now you can see Nemoria's name.
Weird.
There it is.
Okay. So first things first, I'd like to send in my servant, who still doesn't have a name, and I'd like to use Lightning Grasp. So first, I need to move him up. Do we have an icon for the old servant?
No, we can theater of the mind to that because it just goes out.
So So I'm gonna send him up to come up there and just grab onto him with his claws, and then lightning grasp.
Okay, go for it. It flies out.
Okay. So that is 28.
Okay, that would hit.
And
And you can roll again for advantage. You do have advantage because he's blinded.
okay, so still 28.
Okay.
And 17 points of damage.
All right.
Oh, nope, disregard. I forgot. Well, that's down to 2d8 now. I thought it was at 3. No, it is at 3d8 because I have an arcane focus.
So how much damage?
What did I say before?
I don't know. That's why I asked you how much.
Oh, goodness, Chris.
I believe it was 18.
18 points of damage.
Okay.
Okay, and then after that, I'm going to use the force turret, and I'm gonna send a pulse at him, pushing him back.
Okay.
All right, now that is a ranged spell attack. So that's another. Is that at advantage?
Yes.
Okay. All right, nat 20.
There we go.
All right. For a spell. Maximum damage, target practice. And any enemy of the target within range may make an attack of opportunity with disadvantage against it.
Nice. So does Nemoria make 2, or still just the 1? Because
She
it's going to get
may-
pushed back 5 feet.
Just once. You only get one attack of opportunity.
That's what I thought. So
So
okay.
she'll get one, and Zoramir will get one.
Nope, he's 10
Oh,
feet
nope,
away.
He's 10 feet away. Never
Yep.
mind.
Yeah. Okay. So, and I'm going to push him back 5
Okay.
feet.
All right.
There we go. And that's 16 points of damage.
All right.
That is the end of my turn.
Nemoria, you get to make an attack of opportunity.
Is that a 20?
Disadvantage.
Yep. Always D20 with advantage.
Disadvantage on this.
That would be 15.
Okay, that hits.
And then roll again.
No. Roll your damage for your mace.
1d6. 5.
All right, so 5 points of damage. All right, so as the Cyclops, all of a sudden he gets thrust backwards. The more you spin around with your mace, catching him in the forearm, you feel the mace sink into the flesh and hear cracking of bone, and he flies back, and he hears where that sound came from, and he just charges forward and makes an attack on Nemoria. Okay. He hits. For 21 points of bludgeoning damage. And he attacks
Don't
again.
joke.
Oh, you're lucky he has disadvantage. That was a nat 20.
Oh,
He does hit again. 21 points of bludgeoning damage. As he swings his great club, and it just connects, and you feel your insides compress and your armor press against your skin, as you've never really been hit like this before in your adventures. This is a new experience. You're kind of dazed, and your mind swirls as the impact of this weapon into you. And just as you start to come to and kind of shake it off, it comes in from the other side and hits you the other way, offsetting you in your stance. And Scar, you're up.
All right, another.
Welcome to the edge of darkness, Nemoria.
I got blood rolling out of my mouth, but thank you. I appreciate it.
Has the target of my dice been transferred? Or plus?
For 12.
Okay.
And my second attack. 27 for 11 damage.
Okay. As 2 more arrows into the flesh of the Cyclops. He's he's got wounds, but he's still going pretty strong. Zoramir, you are up.
All right, I'm gonna come up behind him with my fresh, brand new, shiny rapier. Take it out and charge him from the back and try and stab it into him.
All right. So you want to move behind him?
Yep.
Okay. Attack, you do get advantage. Scar, you were rolling with advantage, right?
I wasn't, but I hit both times. It's all right.
Okay. Yeah, everyone has advantage with attacks against him right now.
Okay.
4.
That would hit.
Oh, I gotta step up to a D8. Exciting.
Your first
11.
Your first attack does have sneak attack damage. So add your sneak attack damage.
Okay. 25 points.
All right. Okay.
Then with my other hand, I'm going to take my dagger and try and stab him for a 1-2 punch. 27.
That with advantage?
Do I need to roll again?
Yep.
You could get a natural 20.
Yep, you could
No.
get a natural 20. Yep.
Nope.
Okay, so go for it.
Seven points.
7 points. All right.
7 points.
As you run behind him, jump up and stick your rapier in one side of his back and your dagger in the other, and just let your weight pull down his flesh. And as the flesh rips open, some blood spurts out, and then you tuck down into a fighting stance, dagger in one hand, rapier in the other, and your eyes are just filled with like a bloodlust. Nemoria, you are up.
I am going to cast Fireball since I'm right in front of him.
Okay.
You have a 16 dex.
I'm sorry, you said fireball?
Yep.
Yep.
What's up?
I'm about
Okay,
tired
so
of him.
I need to make a dex save. Okay. 1 second.
Goodbye, Zoramir.
Oh no.
Um,
I should be small enough to be covered right now.
Are you behind him, Zormir?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Oh, shit.
okay, so
Can I dodge? I can dodge, right?
Nemoria, Zoramir, Scar, Blaylock, I need everyone to make a dex saving throw.
But that's in front of me though.
Doesn't matter. Fireball's an area of effect.
So everyone make a dex saving throw.
23 for Scar.
19 for Blaylock.
Also 23 for Zormir.
What's your spell DC?
Low on that damage.
Let's see.
What spell is this?
Fireball.
Fireball.
That doesn't fall under the magic missile category, does it?
Nope.
This spell is notorious for nuking parties.
Okay. Nemoria, what was your dex saving throw?
16.
Okay, so you save. So far, I think everyone's saved. What about the turret?
Aww. 8.
Okay. Turret and the Cyclops fail. Nemoria roll 8d6.
8d6.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Shit. Well, there's 2. 5. That's 7. 5. 13. 6 is 19. 24. 29.
Total?
Yes.
Okay. So 14 points of damage to everyone who saved. And 29 to those that didn't.
Ow.
Gotta read those spells.
I am. I guess I didn't.
Obviously.
Yeah, we'll go over it past session. It happens to everybody.
I did it the first time we used an area of effect spell too.
Yeah. All right. Is turret still standing?
I think he has 30 hit points, but because I see, yeah, he's got 1.
Okay.
Oh.
All right. So all of a sudden, Nemoria's there, and a massive blast of flame, boom, and you hear it echo throughout the valley, and everything becomes a bright flash of light as you feel your flesh searing from intense heat and flame. Scar, part of your fur burns. Zormir, you start, using the back of your hand to pat your eyebrow to see if they're still there. The small effigy of Grovile.
No, we didn't. You know what? I didn't save for my servant.
Do the save for the servant. I forgot they were out there. We are going to have to put it.
He gets my plus to DC save, right? Or to Dex? I'm pretty sure he does.
You tell me.
But, it's 18.
Okay, so it's 14 points of damage. I think that's about it for him too.
Yeah, he's toast.
You see the little newly made dragonling just melt down and fall to the ground, and you see the effigy of Grovile just, and it starts melting a bit, and you hear the gears grinding as it's trying to drive itself. It's still able to move, but it looks like it's in pretty bad shape. Blaylock, you're up.
It's not dead.
The turret's not dead. All right, so witnessing the Hiroshima in front of me, I'm going to come over to what's left of my turret and cast Mending.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's just a 2d8. All right. Okay, and yeah, 2d8. Okay, that's 13 points of it's being changed down there. Okay, and I'm going to pulse, and now that he's a little bit more up to speed and isn't about to fall apart, at the Cyclops.
Okay. Get advantage.
Just a little bit more there, bud. Nat 20. It was a 20
Nice.
and a 20 and a 3.
Nice.
Yeah, that's the second time he's crit, which I think that's about all for him. So
All right, that is a ranged attack.
yeah, ranged spell. Yep.
Shoulder jab. Maximum damage, and roll the damage dice again.
Okay, max damage, and then roll the damage dice again.
Yep.
Wow.
So it's 2d8. All right, so come on, you monkey. You know, having pets is tricky. 16 and 24 points of damage.
Okay.
Okay, and he was right next to you. I'm going to move back like 15 feet away from Nemoria. No,
Okay.
the other way.
But so
The other
you hit the Cyclops, and Zormir, I need you to make a Dex saving throw. With
Is he gonna-
with disadvantage, because there's not much room for you to go.
Is
Can
he
I
about
push
to
him
fall
up,
on me?
or is it away from me?
Do what? You hit him with the force turret, so he's getting blasted
It's
into the cave.
it's always away from the cannon.
Yeah.
Okay, I got you. Yep, that's fine.
Does my resistance to force damage have any impact on this?
No.
No. That is 14.
Okay. You take 6 points of bludgeoning damage, and you're knocked prone as the Cyclops goes blam and slams, and it's like a slow motion film where the big sweaty guy is just smashes into your face, and your face compresses, and the sweat just smears across your face, and you're like oof as his body comes flying backwards, and you get shot off to the side. So you are now prone.
As this happens, I'm going to kind of whimper out, "Control your spells."
And Nemoria, you do get an attack of opportunity.
Is that a 20?
Just roll a d20, yep. With advantage.
Hang on just a minute.
This is hilarious.
8.
Okay. So you try to make a swipe at him as he's getting pushed backwards, and he just moves so fast, he just whiffs through the air. Your wounds aren't helping the issue any, and it's just woof. All right. Feeling the something squishy behind him that he was pushed into, he turns around and attempts to smash whatever's back there. He hits.
I don't get any saving throw for being nimble.
You're uncanny dodge.
Yeah, you can uncanny dodge half the damage. You could have done that with the fireball too.
Oh, I keep forgetting about that. Dang it.
I can't play your characters for you.
Oh, man.
15 points of bludgeoning damage.
I'm going to uncanny dodge.
Okay. And then he attacks again. He just hits you.
Ah,
Nope. 20 points of bludgeoning damage.
I can use a canny dodge on any.
Just once. once per round or turn.
Turn. Damn it! You said 20 points?
Yep.
It doesn't matter. I'm down.
Okay. So I gotta bring you out here for a second because it doesn't scale well. Nemoria and Scar, since you're up close, you hear "Kuthum!" and parts of the cavern sprinkle down, and then the next one, it's not such a solid hit. It's more sounds like punching something soft. You just hear, and you're not sure what's happened. Scar, you're up.
Okay, 29 for 9 damage. Second attack, natural 20.
Nice.
Here we go.
Double damage on a neck wound. Oh, and this wasn't advantage this round, was it?
Yeah,
Oh, okay. Well,
it's advantage the whole because he's blinded.
okay. For 12.
Okay. As 2 arrows, and the one arrow is right into his neck. Yep. We are on the same page. Nice. You just hear bone and sinew split open. Little people squashed jelly. And Zoromir, make your first death saving throw.
Oh. Come
You're
on.
okay, buddy. Just
You were
need a
good.
second.
I got. Oh, well, it's not gonna show well, but I got a natural 20.
Really?
Yep, you're up.
Yes.
You are up and at 1 hit point. So you kind of come to and you're laying on the cavern floor, and you feel things are broken inside, but you kind of prop your hand against the wall and grip on with a strength from your inside, and you pull yourself up, and you just see the backside of this Cyclops turned away from you. Nemoria, you are up.
All right, I'm gonna.
Fireball.
No, yeah,
Oh.
yeah, that's what I was thinking.
And I'm down again.
I'm going to cast Healing Word on my little buddy over there that's got 1 hit point left of his life.
Okay.
That is 1d4. Spellcasting modifier. Ah, there it is. So he has 6. No, 5, 7. Sorry.
7.
Yes.
So you feel your wounds. Well, okay. So you cast it at level 1.
Yes.
Okay. Make sure you tell me that when you cast. First.
I
level, second
apologize.
level. Either way. So Zoromir, you feel some of the bones mend back together. You feel a bit better. Still rough, but you feel better. And what else do you want to do?
Hang on just a second here. I'm done.
Okay.
You can move if you want to.
Oh, I can.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, you can always move, do an action, and a bonus action. You've done a bonus action, so you can still move and do an action.
So I will, for an action, then I will inflict wounds.
Okay, so you walk up to him. Not that close, but... Okay.
Let's see, that's a
You have it.
3d10.
You gotta roll your
You have to
d20
attack
first. With advantage. So roll it twice. Take the higher.
It's 19 and 1. So it'd be 19.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then 3d10.
Yep.
It's 9. 8 is
Wait,
17.
I'm sorry. You can't cast Inflict Wounds because that's a second spell. You've already cast a spell because you cast Healing Word. You can cast
That's an action.
but it's a spell. You can only cast one spell a turn. You can do a spell and a cantrip, 2 cantrips, but you can't do 2 spells. My bad.
I apologize.
So you can cast any of your cantrips, or you can make a melee attack.
All right. Well, then I'll do a melee attack.
Okay. You can use the same roll, so you hit.
So
All
it's
right.
9, 16, 17, 18, 19, 22.
Yeah, that hits. So roll your mace damage.
So I'm looking for here.
1d.
1d6. Oh, whopping 3.
Minus your 1.
That is minus the 1.
Okay, so 3 points is as you pull out your mace and just swing at it. Thunk. Didn't feel like it went anywhere, but yeah.
And then I will try to move off to be his left.
Okay, this way. How far?
No, the other way.
Okay, how far?
10 feet.
Right here.
There you go.
Okay.
And I'm done.
All right. Blaylock, you are up.
All right, turret. If I can move him 15 feet. Is that in front of Scar or is that at Scar?
You want to move who 15 feet?
The turret.
Okay. So 5, 10, 15. It is in front of Scar.
That's as far as I can go.
If that's 15, that's 15 feet.
Yeah, I can only move him 15 feet.
Okay.
Do I have to push him?
It's part of the effect.
Yeah, it's part of the effect. Dagnabbit. Fine. All right, and that's all. That's all he's going to do.
Okay.
I've just witnessed the my brand new sparkly little dragon just get melted. So I'm going to I'm going to charge up there with a horn. So that's with a dash action.
Okay.
Horns
So
are not. Can I run up there and do that? Am I in range? It's a natural weapon, and
if you use you're using your dash action, and since you used your dash action, you can use that goring attack or whatever.
goring attack.
Okay.
So that is there. It is, and I can make 1 melee attack. All right, I'm gonna run up there and punch him in the kneecap.
Okay.
It's so infrequent that I use a melee attack. Unarmed is just there it is. 6, right in the kneecap.
Okay. Roll your.
Is that with your strength modifier?
That was with my strength modifier of 4.
So 6
Don't
points
need
of
it.
damage.
No,
Oh,
that was 6 to hit.
Oh, it does not hit. So you charge
Oh
forward.
shucks!
And Scar, you see Blaylock, this Minotaur. You've seen him do this a couple times, and there's a little bit of bloodlust inside of you too. Like, oh, here we go again. And he just hits a piece of armor on the side of the Cyclops, and just ding. It sounds like throwing a rock at a shield.
That's the end of my turn.
All right. Hearing that sound and feeling the pressure on his hip, he's going to swing in your general direction. Oh, lucky he has disadvantage. That was a natural 20 also.
Another one. Yeah.
It was a 2 and a natural 20, so he misses. And he attacks again. And he does hit.
Ruh-roh.
For 18 points of bludgeoning damage.
Yep.
As he brings down the great club right on top of your head. And parts of it splinter off as it hits your one intact horn. Scar, you
This
are up.
Was not well thought out.
All right,
Can
22.
you guys still hear me?
Yep.
'Cause my video on my screen is frozen, so I wanted to make sure it's still good.
Oh, it is.
For 9 damage.
Turn your video off and back on again.
He'll be out of sync and he won't be in the same position.
I think it'll be okay.
There we go.
Oh, nope. It didn't. They're the last two, so Nemoria, turn yours off.
Hang on a second here. Turn off my video.
There you go. Turn it back on. We good. Sorry, Scar.
That was 9 damage for the first one.
Okay.
6 to hit. For 10 damage.
You keep drilling into that same spot on the neck, arrow after arrow, almost perforating the neck. Blood's pouring out down the body, just running down into pools around his feet. He's looking really bad.
Let's take him down, guys.
Zormir, you are prone but alive.
Oh, I'm still prone. So what do I have to do to get up?
Just half your movement.
Okay. I'm gonna stand up, and then I can still attack with my rapier, right?
Yep.
All right. I'm gonna take my rapier and I'm going to wipe the blood off of my face. A little unsteady, but I'm gonna take that and try and line it up with the gash I've already put in his back and drive it in even further and slice him.
Okay.
Rolled a natural 1 for the first one there, so.
Well, you
Dang it.
you have advantage, so.
And,
Yeah,
so
you're pretty lucky, aren't you, Mister?
Yes, I was gonna say I had 2 saves
yes.
on that.
Yeah.
So, second reroll was a 16 or sorry, 26.
That hits. You get sneak attack because you have advantage and people flanking.
Okay, this is gonna be big one. Oh, natural 8 on that, so that's 13. And that's not as big, but 19 points of damage total.
Okay. You thrust your rapier in, and Blaylock, what you see is the blade pierce through the chest bone and come out the front of the Cyclops. It points straight out at you. And you
My
hear,
eyes get very wide.
and you see the Cyclops stumble. He starts to lurch forward. Blaylock, make a dex saving throw.
I'm gonna jump out of the way.
Yep.
17.
Okay. As the Cyclops starts tumbling down for you, you dive over towards Scar, and he hits the ground with a giant dust billows up around the party, and you see the breathing just stop as the Cyclops is now perished.
I'm gonna walk up on his back and just triumphantly take my rapier and stick it in the back of his head and stand proud.
Okay. It just pushes in.
Well, good fight, fellas.
I think we have some work to do. We hurt ourselves as much as we took him down.
Guess I learned my lesson from standing on the opposite side of the creatures from you folk. Holy crap.
Well, this certainly gives us some cover for the horses in the wagon.
And I think we should get this.
Of a Cyclops.
I think we should get the body of the Cyclops out of the way. It might attract a little attention.
We need to pull it into the cavern.
I'll be your moral support.
I will help you with that.
We can use the horse to pull.
I'm going to pick up the remnants of my servant.
Okay.
Specifically the gem at the heart. And all of the pieces.
Okay.
Yep. And then I'll help pull the Cyclops into the cave.
All right. So you all grab hold of it and drag its body just back into the cave.
He's heavy.
It's getting a chance to look around the cave. It is a fairly big cave. There are a few stone pillars kind of holding the ceiling up. It does look like it's somewhere you could put the horses. There's enough room in there. There is a small stream that runs through the back side of it. So the horses could have something to drink. All in all, not a terrible place considering what you've been dealing with.
Does the all right, well, beforehand, my main focus is mending this my servants here. So I'd like to cast mending on the homunculus servant to bring him back.
Okay.
I'm gonna.
There, little young one. You will be fine, and he'll start to reconstitute into the into his prior form.
Start pulling like burnt hair off.
So, should I heal you guys, or do you want to keep moving and I'll just heal you, or do you want to rest?
Just we keep moving.
I could barely stand, guys.
Zoramir is bad.
I need to. I need to either sit down for a second or something. I can barely see straight.
Let me heal everyone. That's why I'm here. So I am going to cast second level prayer of healing.
Okay.
So that's 2d8. 6, 8, 9. So it'd be 19.
All right.
19 for everyone.
Everybody.
Oh, for
really?
everybody?
Yep. That's
Yeah, it's all. That's
takes
6.
10 minutes. So you take the next 10 minutes, kind of get your head together while Nemoria sits down and begins praying to her god for blessings, and then you feel your wounds mend.
You have 20 more minutes before we're on the move again. Use it wisely.
Did we lose him?
No, I'm here.
Oh, okay. Camera went out.
Yep. for a reason.
Okay. So you guys taking a short rest?
While she's doing the prayer of healing, then yes.
So it's 30 minutes for the short rest. So it took 10 minutes for the prayer of healing. You've got 20 more minutes before we leave.
We should. Should we be resting, Scar, or should we move?
Well, I'm ready to go now. But I didn't almost go to the brink of death either. So if we take 20 more minutes, use it wisely.
You know tracking better than I.
We need to make it up that plateau.
Yeah.
Still early. 20
can we-
minutes isn't going to...
Okay. We can take a look around the cave and the Cyclops body and see if there's anything of any note.
Sure.
Does the Cyclops have like a horn?
Nope, no horn, just outside of one big damaged eye. Nothing of note. And yeah, you can roll investigation if you want to look around.
Investigation 18 on investigation.
Okay. You look around. There's a fair bit of debris around the cavern, but mostly just scraps of animals and stray adventurers that didn't really have anything of value on them. You found a filth pile. It looks like you didn't leave too much.
I'm assuming it was a scavenger. Gets what it needs and continues on.
Clearly. Such a strange beast. A shame. But you were right. This would have been not ideal for having at our backside. He
Now
could
at
have.
least we have somewhere we can retreat to.
True.
Things turn sour.
Should we try and fashion a covering for the cave?
I don't think we have time for that. Not that it would... Anybody who's traveled through here would have already known that there's a cave here. Hopefully they avoid it because they know what was inside it. It might be to our advantage.
True. It should look like nothing is different. If we cover the cave, that will raise eyebrows.
Let's prop this. I think we could prop the Cyclops up so it looks like he's still alive. Maybe hunched over working on something.
I'm going to vote no.
Never liked the fun ideas.
I'm gonna gather up my since it's past the time. I've gathered up the turret and I've mended homunculus.
Okay.
So
Short rest is over. Did everybody get their hit die in?
Oh, we did do
Yeah.
short rest. Yeah.
Then I'll head back out to where the handholds were up on the plateau.
Okay. So you guys see Scar leave the cave and start heading north.
Follow him out.
All right.
I'll follow behind Zoramir.
I shall too.
All right.
Rob, you know about the hit dice, right?
No.
During a
He
short
does.
rest. Oh,
I'm working on it.
It's just
I just know you took a large amount
yeah.
of damage. So
I did.
you would roll for whatever your hit point die. It'll tell you what the dice is, and then and how much you heal, and you roll as many as you feel you need.
Oh, okay. All right.
Up to your current level, I believe, right?
Yep.
Yeah. It's a 1d8 plus 4, 8, 12. I'll take that 12.
And then you can roll it again if you still got more. You just mark off the boxes of how many you use.
That's pretty close. I'll just take what I got.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
That's what I was asking you, Chris, in WhatsApp.
Yeah. Just lots going on.
Yep.
All right. So you walk up and you see these pretty intentional handholds going up the side of the plateau. You feel like the horses are in a good spot. You've tied them off. They've got water and things to further go forward.
I'll take the lead.
Scar, we will follow you.
Okay. Make an athletics check, everyone who's climbing.
Oh, Jesus.
Don't have much
13.
choice in this.
13.
Yeah.
Okay.
15.
Nemoria, 17.
15 for Blaylock.
All right. So everybody starts up the side of the cliff face. Scar, you start to go up, and then you stop, and you just kind of look at it, and you're just, I don't know. You're just looking there, and all right. Everybody make another check.
Oh no. Somebody's falling.
19 on this one.
Okay.
I was almost a 2, but I got a 16.
Okay.
How high up are we already?
You're 40 feet up.
Oh, good. Nat 1.
No!
Okay.
Nemoria, net 0.
Net 0?
Yep.
Does that mean you rolled a natural 1?
Minus 1.
I rolled a 1.
Okay.
Minus 1.
Yeah. So when you roll a 1, you just say you rolled a nat 1.
Nat 1.
That's a
Yeah,
whole nother
there's no
thing.
going below 1. Yeah, it's a beautiful thing. Watch.
We
guys-
got we got
guys-
2 nat 1s.
You guys had to roll nat 1s on this.
Yeah. I don't know if you realize this, but whenever we go through any kind of climbing simulation, bad things happen.
Oh,
I know, right?
So both of you, as you reach forward, you grab the wrong hold, and it's actually just a loose rock. And when you grab, you flip back, and Scar, as you're climbing up, you just see Blaylock and Nemoria both, and their arms are flailing in the sky as they fall down. Whew.
oh gosh. You both rolled that one.
For 8 points of bludgeoning damage.
Jesus.
Okay. Roll again. Right now, Scar, you're at 40 feet. Zoramir, you're at 80 feet.
Oh really?
Yep.
Oh.
And Nemoria and Blaylock are on the ground.
How high is this?
At,
It's still farther up.
at 20 for Scar.
Okay.
8.
Okay.
16 for Nemoria.
Blaylock.
8.
Okay. Blaylock, you're after a fall like that, you're not feeling real confident about going back up, so you just kind of look at it. Nemoria, what was yours?
16.
Okay, you head up the rock. Scar or Zoramir, you head up. You're almost to the top. Or wait, no, you reached up, and your foot slips and you catch a hold of yourself. You didn't fall, but you're kind of hanging there by one hand onto one of the holds.
Oh, jeez.
And Scar, you actually moved up next to Zoramir. You're not far away. You're not like right together, but you're you're at the same height, so you're both at 80 feet up. All right, everybody roll again.
Would this count as a jump
No,
if I'm trying to move up?
no. And Zoramir, you have disadvantage.
Oh no. How am I so bad with strength?
Dude, I'm bad with strength too, man. All my shit's in dex.
Yeah, me too.
So 17 for Scar.
Okay,
9.
Scar, you're
Memoria. Go ahead.
Scar, you're almost at the top. Nemoria, what'd you get?
I had a non-natural 1.
Oh, you
Okay.
have a non-natural one.
I rolled 2 minus 1.
Yeah. So your foot slips and you're hanging on with one hand at the 40-foot mark. Blaylock.
13.
Okay.
What's the DC in this event? Like 5, please?
It's not super high, but it's just a smidge higher than that. You're still looking at it like I don't want to climb this, and this is how Grovile died, and it is just bad things like this, and all these thoughts are rushing into your head. While beside you hear a thud of Zoramir.
What?
You rolled a 9, right?
I fell?
Yeah, you were hanging there on one hand.
Oh, oh no. That's really high up. Can I use my uncanny dodge to dodge the ground?
No. You're pretty lucky. You take 20 points of damage, falling damage.
Lucky, that's a word.
As you slam into the ground. All right.
Don't you have luck as a thief? Or is that as a half?
Yeah, I don't think that helps in this though.
It's only if you roll a natural 1.
Well, I thought that was just a halfling feat.
No, it's a halfling thing in general.
Yeah.
All right. Roll again.
Nemoria, 17.
Okay.
Scar 15.
All right. Nemoria, did you roll with disadvantage?
Yes.
Blaylock?
And this is strength, right?
Yep.
Yeah, 19.
Okay. So you start up, you get up to the 40-foot mark as Nemoria continues further up, and Zoramir?
You guys go on without me. I'll watch the horses.
Low roll.
2.
Okay. Scar, as you crest the top, you see 2 rocks that have been stationed there with some wear marks that you can tell someone has used a rope to tie around to help others climb up the side of this.
I'll get my 50 feet out. Start tying.
Okay. While he's tying, everybody roll.
Well, this is easily a 100-foot cliff, right?
Mm-hmm.
Rope length comes in 50 feet.
Nemoria, 4.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I don't even want to talk about
The
it.
whole party, except for Scar, dies on a cliff.
Your foot slips and you're there hand. Why do I do this to you guys?
Yeah, I know. Right?
You have 2 hands and you're holding on, but your feet are flailing. It's really hard for you to climb up with your shield and armor and things. Zoramir, where are you at?
I got a 12, which is better.
You're still looking. You're looking at Nemoria, going, "That could be me again." That hurts last time. Blaylock, what are you at?
15.
Okay. Blaylock, you climb up and you're at 80 foot.
80 feet.
And as you're there, you feel a rope fall down across your back, and you look up and you can see Scar kind of peeking over the edge, and there's a rope there.
I'm going to try and grab it.
Okay. So on roll again, and you get advantage.
Yeah, when I have advantage, I get the 2 nice rolls. I have 20, not natural.
Okay. You move up to 120 feet. Nemoria, roll with disadvantage, and Zormir, just roll.
7 for Nemoria.
Okay.
I'm gonna die.
$19 points of falling damage. As Zormir, you hear a big clank right beside you. And Zormir, where are you at?
3.
Holy.
I used up all my good rolls.
3 is what you rolled? Okay. All right. Blaylock, roll with advantage.
And
Okay. With the rope, you're able to pull yourself up to the top. Made it a lot easier to climb. Though it took all your strength and your muscles burned as you pulled yourself up. You see Scar up there, out of breath, kind of sitting there, looking at you, a bit of drool coming out the side of his mouth.
I hate climbing.
Zormir, Nemoria?
I didn't take any more damage.
No, you haven't left the ground.
9.
You're still looking at it. Is that with your mods?
I have a -1 mod.
Oh, okay.
Same here. I have 6.
Roll again.
Go look at Nemoria. I don't think we're gonna climb this thing.
1.
Okay. Zormir?
11.
All right. No, that's not enough. Holy crap, guys.
We all have a -1 to strength.
Okay,
So
we'll
So,
say for the
can I do some guidance on him to help him out?
You can.
I'm gonna reach over, I'm gonna touch him, and I'm gonna say, buddy, you can do this. I know you can. So I'm gonna go ahead and use my cantrip of guidance to see if I can help him climb that wall.
What does this get me?
You can roll a d4 and add the number rolled to the ability check of its choice.
I'm afraid this isn't going to be enough.
All right.
Scar, should we tie these ropes together and get some more length to them?
At this point, we can try anything.
So you pull them up. Who's tying the ropes?
I'll do it.
So do a survival check to see how good the knots are.
Oh no.
Jesus.
Nat 20, 26.
It feels like a good knot. You toss it back down, and Zormir and Nemoria, the rope lands in front of you, and you see the muzzle of Scar's snout over the top of the cliff, way up in the air at this point.
I'm gonna grab the rope and just give it like really good yank just to make sure that thing is solid.
It feels solid.
All right.
So you get advantage, both of you, whoever's using the rope.
And I get a plus D4.
Yep.
Oh, natural 1.
Holy-
2 natural 1s.
It's not possible.
I just-
Son of a gun.
Nemoria, go ahead and start.
3.
With advantage.
Yeah, with advantage, you roll twice and take the highest.
Oh, sorry. 12.
Okay, you start up the rope. As Zoromir's kind of pulling on it, the rope strains just a bit, but it does hold together.
oh my gosh.
All right, both of you roll with advantage the rest of the time.
Oh my gosh, I got a natural 20.
I got 12.
All right. So you're both at the 80 feet mark-ish. Zoromir, you skittered up really close right behind Nemoria.
I get a surge of confidence.
Go for it.
You're just looking at that ass.
At 12.
Okay, you move up to
Nemoria.
120 feet.
I got a 12 as well.
You're right behind Nemoria. One more.
Can we do it?
Let's go, baby.
Oh my gosh.
Son of a bitch. 9.
With advantage.
Yes.
With advantage, I just rolled a 6. No, never mind. Okay.
You
10.
take the higher of the 2, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, 9.
And what'd you roll?
10.
I want you to roll an acrobatics check, Zoromir.
Thank you. 23.
23.
Yep.
Such a big difference. As you see Nemoria start tumbling,
Oh.
you reach out and grab hold of the back of her armor, and you take 4 points of damage as the just sheer weight of her almost pulls your arm out of socket, but you stop her from the fall and she's able to grab the rope and secure herself. Both of you need to make the roll again.
I got you.
Is that with advantage?
Yeah, it's still with advantage. You still have the rope.
Can I just do the rest of the time with acrobatics?
Phew. 16.
16 as well.
Scar and
crap.
Blaylock, you see these tired, worn-out hands finally reach the top of the cliff, and they pull it up, and these bloodied faces pull themselves up and just kind of roll over in a prone state on the top.
Scar, you couldn't find another way up this cliff.
Not that would have taken us completely out of our path.
I could dodge a sword. I can't climb a mountain.
You can't dodge a cliff.
I can't dodge the ground.
My armor is too heavy. I am not built for climbing, even though I am a bearded woman. I am going to go ahead and I am going to cast level 1 healing word on myself.
Okay.
Trying to pick
7
up
points.
the track again.
Okay. You do see a variety of tracks around this rock, and they head off to the east.
I'm gonna see what Nemoria is doing, and in my basically I have a concussion. Feels like I'm gonna pick a stick off the ground and try and mimic what she's doing to heal herself to myself.
Okay. Roll a performance check.
14.
So Nemoria, you see Zoromir, you notice him looking at you, mimicking what you're doing, but of course nothing's happening. But he's doing a pretty good job of doing the motions that you've done.
I see that you could use some healing. I am weak, but I will, because you are part of the group. I will cast Cure Wounds on you.
Which one of you?
That is me. On 2.
The left one or the right? Oh, are you both? Oh, okay.
Because you're trying to make me is kind and gestures. I know you cannot do it.
I was trying. Didn't work.
All right, so let's see. I got a natural 10. I'm sorry, wrong dice. Hang on a minute. 7 points.
Thank you, friend. I feel much better.
Yes. Just to let you know, if we don't rest soon, let's just hope we don't get into too many fights and need my help and my assistance.
Just need to get close enough.
Scar, this is your time, so we shall be following you. Lead on, friend.
We faced one creature in a wall, and we're wiped.
I feel like we've taken the long way.
I feel so too. I think Scar doesn't really care about all of us and our inabilities to climb a wall.
I just grumble and I continue following the trail.
Okay. So you follow the trail for about an hour. The midday sun starting to head off into early evening. As you walk slowly on a downward grade further in, as the sides of another ravine begin forming up along the path, and you walk through a well-formed canyon. As you're walking through the canyon, the tracks, they look a lot more fresh. Like it wasn't that long ago that they've been through there. You can almost smell knoll fur, familiar smell to you as you look around. And all of a sudden, as the party walks, an arrow right next to your feet, Scar, and you all pull back. Let me switch this over.
Oh no.
And as you look around to see where it comes from, you see two dark fur knoll standing on the cliff's edge to the north. And you look over and you see another to the south.
3 in total.
That's what you can see.
Alright, talk us out of this.
You all get behind me.
Scar, I know you want to go on. I know this is your destiny, but you have to think about all of us.
I said get behind me.
Follow his lead. We are out of our element here. I'm gonna get behind Scar.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what he wants.
So,
Infernal.
okay.
I am Scar from Clan Grimclaw. I am on a hunt for an orc named Ulick, which I believe was heading this direction. He is a problem of mine. I do not wish for you to become problems of mine.
As you speak, another knoll arrives. And two more to the south.
Oh my gosh.
And one comes around the side of the rocky pillar. And a particularly large knoll makes his way to the edge of the cliff. You speak our language. Who do you fight for? In Infernal.
Infernal?
Yep.
I fight for myself. I am far from my clan.
What clan are you from?
Apparently you don't hear so well. Clan Grimclaw.
Grimclaw. What coven do they come from? Where are they located?
Oh, shit, now you're asking me shit. I don't know where Baldur's Gate is. What's the land from?
It's south of Waterdeep.
I hail from Baldur's Gate.
What brings a gnoll from the gate to our lands? You say you
I am
hunt this person. We've seen no such person in our lands.
I'm doing insight.
Okay.
16.
From what you can tell, it's hard to read any kind of facial expression, but there's no inflection in his voice of saying anything.
We have been told that he was on the lookout for a Longtooth. I assume that would be you. You fit the description.
He walks up to the edge and spits down. I spit on Longtooth and all from his clan.
I take it then that Longtooth is from the White Fur.
So Nemoria, Zoromir, and Blaylock, you just hear this really guttural, almost bark-like back and forth, and the one up on the canyon, this one that's quite large, just gets really loud and aggressive looking.
I'm just gonna be looking between the two.
Follow Scar's lead. I'll whisper to them.
We follow Grimscar of the Dewclaw clan.
So Doom.
Dewclaw. Why should we grant you passage through our lands?
Well, maybe, just maybe, my small clan here might be able to help with your little white furry problem. I have never seen or heard of white gnolls. It seems like they are not natural.
See, he paces back and forth on the rock, and the gnolls move a little closer.
I'm gonna, as secretly, quietly as I can, just kind of move my hands to my weapons behind my back and just kind of prep.
Roll a sleight of hand.
$19.
Okay. You seem to be unnoticed. Scar, roll a persuasion check.
$18.
He looks down. Looks between Nemoria, Zoromir, and Blaylock. Infernal. He looks down at the gnolls that are on the ground. Bring them with us to camp. We'll see their true intentions. And they don't aggressively lead you through like prisoners, but they kind of motion to follow, and all of them turn and start walking.
Your wits about you, boys.
Scar, what's
They're
following
going
taking,
on?
they're taking us to their leader, a grim Scar.
I hope you know
told
what
them-
you're doing.
It'd be a
Well,
lot
it's
harder to
either-
fight them if we're at their camp.
If they wanted us dead, we would already be dead right now. Best behavior. They do not take well to aggression. And I look at
Not too
Zoramir.
good well with good behavior.
Well, you can always die.
I believe I took down that Cyclops.
Okay.
After you had to pick yourself back up again. No aggression. At least not yet.
So you follow the gnolls. They don't speak to you. Occasionally they eye, and as you glance around, you see the ones on the top of the ravine keeping a constant watch. Bows close to being at the ready. They're not drawn back, but in case anything peculiar happens. And you walk with them for a couple hours. The one you were speaking with never comes down. In fact, you haven't seen that one for a while. Eventually, you break out, and the valley here heads back up, sloped upwards, and you crest another plateau, and you see several tents set up, campfires burning as night begins to fall. Walking through the camp, the smell of smoke and meat fills your senses as you see gnolls stopping and turning to watch you enter the camp. Looking around, the gnolls look thin, gaunt. Some are bandaged and wounded. Crates lie beside each tent, as well as spears, swords, and some rudimentary armor. As you're walking further through the camp, you're met with this pungent scent of burning hair and decay. And as you look to the east, a large hole has been hollowed out of stone, and you see the corpses of gnolls being burnt there. As they lead you deeper into the camp, the hushed sounds of voices whispering to each other, not used to seeing anyone other than gnolls in the camp, just fills your ears. They eventually lead you to the largest tent. As you get closer, a massive gnoll exits from the tent. Dark fur, save bits of gray that can be seen over his shoulders. 3 scars across his face is what must have been some big creature tried to take its life at some point. Scar, it's so big he towers over you by at least a foot, and looks down at the party with contempt in his eyes and just stares for a moment.
That's a big gnoll.
Scar, I hope you know what you're doing.
Anything.
One second. I'm getting there. Grim, he looks over you. He's looking at Memoria. Sniffs a bit. Looks down at Zoramir. Kind of eyeing Zoramir over, up and down. Someone in the crowd is very excited. Looks at Blaylock. kind of stops for a moment to see the busted piece of horn, and then looks back at Scar, matching eyes to eye. And he sniffs long. They tell me you are not from here.
No. No, I am not.
Tell me why you're in my camp. Tell me why we have allowed this. And they are speaking in common, so everyone understands.
We come from Portstown. We took out a drow that was creating werewolves. Before we slayed him, he had mentioned that he had caused chaos between your clan and another, a clan of all white gnolls. We are here, one, to see if we can rectify whatever issue he has brought to your doorstep. Two, I am looking for an orc who has tried to murder us. He has a bounty that I need to take back to the gate. He was headed towards Longtooth. And from your welcoming party, it seems that your clan has an issue with Longtooth as well. And your issue may line up with our issues.
He raises his paw up, and his hand is massive, and rubs his chin. And how do we know you aren't spies?
What do we have to spy for? Would we have just walked into your welcoming party if we were actually trying to hide our intentions?
We will see. Bring the shaman. And you see, notice at this point, the gnolls have kind of made a circle around all of you as this large gnoll Grimscar moves back fades into the crowd as much as he can. And after a few moments, you hear just the light tap of a walking stick, a light jingling, and soft footsteps as the crowd slowly parts away. And you see a shorter gnoll, kind of gaunt, only one eye that the other one's gone, and the one that they have darts around randomly, almost spinning in its socket as it looks things over. They carry a staff. Many trinkets are hanging off of it, and they have really dark gray fur with patches of white all over it. Walks up to Zoramir first. Turns toward Blaylock. She gets real close to Blaylock and sticks her snout right into his fur. Walks over to Nemoria. Just takes one finger and just slowly rubs it on Nemoria's face.
Weird.
And then walks around to Scar and nuzzles her nose right into Scar's neck and takes and then looks you in the eye best she can. Scar, you notice her eye darts back and forth. And as she looks at you, your life has been hard. The Huntress has watched over you for a very long, long time. She stares deep into your eyes. I see you struggle with our same demons. Yet, you prevail. She starts shaking her staff and holds it over the top of Scar. And while all the trinkets are there, one particular tooth falls down wrapped in leather and swings over your head, Scar. Ah, the Huntress has spoken to me. She would know from you. A pup of our kind, found injured in the spires. Light about to fade from its eyes. Do you end its misery, or do you try to brighten its eyes once more? And she stares back and waits for a response.
Depending on severity, sometimes it is better to end pain. But hope. There's always hope.
But you must choose.
You ask a question about a scenario that I don't have all the information on.
I see. And she lowers the staff and slowly turns and walks behind you to Zormir. As she gets up to you, she squats down to be at eye level with you.
Like, kind of pull back a little bit.
She just stays there. You see one eye just rapidly darting over you top to bottom. Just for a long moment, she stares deeply into your eyes. I see you have suffered greatly and deal with great loss. She steps back, starts shaking her staff wildly, holds it into the air, and as she leans toward you, one small golden trinket falls down, wrapped in a leather wrapping, and kind of swings back and forth. It catches your eye, being made of pure gold.
Mm-hmm.
The Huntress would dare to ask you. A trinket of great value stands at the center of a village. An artifact of no importance to you, but of great value to its people. Do you leave it as it has stayed for a generation? Or do you acquire it for your own desires?
She's waiting for an answer.
She's just staring at you. Yep.
That is between me and my own journey.
The Huntress would know your answer.
How would I answer then?
Would you take it? Or would you leave it?
I think I might be inclined to take it.
She sets the staff down as the trinket folds back against the staff. She turns and looks at Nemoria, and then turns to Blaylock and walks over slowly. She looks you up and down as she straightens her back out from being squatted down talking to Zormir. She reaches out with one hand and runs it over your fur, and then reaches up to touch the broken horn on your head. She grabs it lightly,
I'll bow my head.
and as you bow your head, her hand slides over to the bottom of your jaw, and she pulls it closer to her face as her eyes stares deeply into yours.
I'll stare back.
I see pain and conflict in you, but you hide it behind your strength. She begins shaking the staff, and a small gear falls down, swinging back and forth, almost touching you right on the snout.
My hair starts to stand up almost like goose flesh.
She smiles. Big smile. The huntress cares for this one, but would know this. 2 friends argue over a trinket of value and power. One would use it for good, the other for evil. The choice is yours as to the fate of the trinket. How do you decide?
Natural response is for the good, but I lack information about what is good and what is evil. Am I to be the judge?
Interesting. You desire to stay in neutrality.
I desire wisdom before casting judgment.
And she sets the staff down and gently with her other hand raises your chin up and kind of pushes you slightly back as she walks over to Nemoria. As she gets to Nemoria, she stands upward, and kind of a look of awe in her face as she looks over Nemoria's armor, placing a hand onto her shield. And then she looks sternly into Nemoria's eyes as she keeps her hand on Nemoria's shield. I see the truth in you, but inside you, a hidden fear. She begins shaking the staff, holds it up above Nemoria's head, and a single bone drops down and swings back and forth, attached to a really worn thread. There's but one problem the huntress must ask an answer of you. A Gnoll child and an elven warrior both fall in a battle, and only one can be saved. Which one lives and which one dies? And she steps back, awaiting an answer.
Wise one. It would all depend. If I can only heal one, I will heal the one who I feel is worthy to live. I do not make unwise judgments on those who fall in front of me.
You came upon them as a stranger. How would you choose?
That is a good question. I do not know how I would choose. I have no answer for you. They could both be good, they both could be evil. I do not know.
She sets the staff down walks toward Grimscar as he comes back out from the group. And she sits down, cross-legged on the ground, sets her staff in front of her, closes her eyes, and remains silent what seems like an eternity after. It's very tense. There's not a pin drop that can be heard throughout the entire camp. You hear the slight crackling of fire in the background and the breeze blowing through. After a few moments, she speaks. The Huntress has chosen your path to redemption and purification. The trial of the hunt must succeed. Grimscar looks at her and nods, and then looks at all of you. The Huntress has chosen the trial of the hunt to prove the nature of your true heart. By morning, our scouts will lead you to the hunting ground. There you will find your own worths, and each bring back a token for the Huntress, or go on to meet her yourself.
Does it involve climbing?
He looks at you, doesn't answer. Until the morning, you have this evening to rest your body and your mind. Take of the food, take of the drink of the camp, but only what you need. And he turns, and the elder is still sitting there. He looks at her for a moment, and then turns and enters back into his tent. As people start slowly, commotion comes back, and they start going about their business like you weren't even there. One of the scouts walks up and motions towards one of the tents. Show you. And he points over to a large tent that's not far away as a place that you can stay.
Thank you.
A nod.
Short bow and we'll depart to the tent.
What time is it by now?
It's early evening-ish, not much past what a normal dinner time.
We all in the tent?
Guards outside the tent.
No, they led you to the tent and left about their business.
What do you all make
Guard.
of this?
This is your expedition. What say you?
What do I know? What do I know about these kind of rituals?
You know that gnolls are very tribal, and that usually most gnoll clans have an elder of some sort that does these, and they all worship different gods. Some can come from the demi-plane that gnolls are created from. Others they have adapted more of the human gods, or even made up their own naturalistic things. It's not uncommon for this kind of thing to happen. It's more uncommon for non-gnoll races to be a part of it, though.
Well, they do not follow Yunagu. If they did, we would already be dead. So that is already in our favor. This Huntress that she spoke of, I have not heard of her.
Well, if I care to meet her.
I do not care for the path that she wants us to go on.
Care for this hunt that she talks of.
Just
Need to
be
know that they can
aware.
trust us. You wouldn't just let anybody join our party. If you noticed on our way in, these gnolls are starving. Whatever meth that not Ulick, who was the mayor?
King.
No, the one before him, the one we killed.
Yeah, the one
Iago.
Yeah.
If Iago did something,
Jarish, I believe his name is now.
well, yeah, the Dark Elf, but he was going as Iago.
Yeah.
If what he claimed was true, then this tribe is barely surviving. I would not put it past them not to trust us. We must do what they ask.
Why could we not just leave if there's no guards and go on our way?
That would make us look like cowards. That would make us look like we have something to hide.
It also keep us alive.
We don't know.
But does our journey not take us past where we're going? This is not part of our path that you're looking for.
It is. They have a problem with Longtooth. I have a problem with Ulick, who is going to Longtooth. Wouldn't it be wiser to have not so much an army, but a distraction if we have to face the other clan?
I suppose you're right, Scar. It'd be beneficial to have some allies in this.
Very much so.
Yes.
Four of us in the middle of this camp. Do you honestly think we would make it out alive?
Man, I would.
I don't think they need guards stationed directly outside. I can almost guarantee as soon as we stepped out of camp, we would look like porcupines with the amount of arrows sticking out of our backside. This is a test of our worth in the eyes of the gnolls.
Well, might
If
as
we
well,
are-
might as well eat the food and drink the drink they offered us.
I will need to rest. I am hurting from the fall of that wall somebody who told us to climb. I need a long rest to recuperate. If we are
It is not my
to go
fault
on
that
these
you don't know how to
trials.
climb a wall with handholds.
Well, some of us have better dexterity than others.
There's got to be an easier way to scale walls and pits of lava. I'm growing weary of this. It has come at a high cost.
Video's off.
I suggest we eat and rest. Tomorrow
Yes.
brings a whole new set of adventure.
Yes. All of my equipment is back in the cart. What else is there except rest? So I'm going to grab some food and rest for the evening.
If my nose does not deceive me, I believe they are bringing us food now.
Good. It's not fond of wandering around in Knoll camp looking for food.
I open the tent door.
As you open it, there's a stone basically plate a large one there, and on top of it is some various meats, a couple cheeses, some potatoes and things, and then beside it are a couple flagons of an ale of some sort. And as you look around, you see a kind of a more gaunt Noel looking back to see if you accepted the food as they walk away.
Infernal, I will say, we know that you do not have much, but we appreciate this. And I'll bring the plate in.
He just nods at you. So as Scar turns around, he's holding a massive stone of food. Meat and ale.
I'm gonna walk up and grab some ale and just go sit on the floor of the tent.
Okay.
Scar, I am drawn to finding the remnants of this blade, but these gnolls and the struggles they are dealing with are weighing heavily on me. The tribal nature of these gnolls reminds me of home. What can we do to assist them?
Gnolls, the tribes do not live this close together. I don't know why this other group is here. I don't know where they came from. It is not normal. The fact that they are fighting over human scraps to survive.
Then is there anything we can offer them?
Are gnolls... Is it common for gnolls to farm or gather or...
We are scavengers. Normally we take what we need and we move on. But the fact that there's two clans so close together, the only place they can take is from the same sources. It would only be a matter of time before they started killing the farmers for food, or as food.
So they are nomadic. They wander?
Yes. The fact that they have taken refuge here in the Scars, maybe, again, I am not from here, so I do not know the history, but if we present ourselves as worthy, maybe we will learn more from them.
True. There is something to this clan. They did not kill the farms folk. However,
We've been told that for years they left Portstown alone.
True.
They never went after the farms. Something has happened to change that. Since the mayor openly admitted that he had something to do with it, it is a good chance that this other tribe is a false tribe.
False tribe?
We were dealing with werewolves.
What do you expect from this hunt?
I expect that we survive, we pass the test, and we move on.
But
fortunately, that is all we have right now.
No idea to what to expect?
Different tribes do different things. I do not know what this tribe is going to have us do.
As long as it's not climbing. I'm going to rest. It seems that we may need
Fine
it.
idea.
This is probably not a trial of the mind, but more of our endurance and fortitude in the wilderness
I would
here.
assume the same.
Mm. Zoramir, I recommend sleep tonight.
Yeah.
Not.
Have to chug down this ale a little bit more to help those dreams come to me.
I want to slink off to my a section of the tent.
Okay.
How big is this tent?
It's pretty good size.
I will find my corner and rest.
Laura, I understand your worries and concerns. Unfortunately, I don't think there was any other way around this.
I've been told to trust you, and so I will.
Nobody knows these knolls as good as you, Scar, so our trust is in your hands.
Nemoria, before I forgot about this, that fire you brought forth, was that from Bahamut himself? That was amazing, even though it singed a little, but amazing nonetheless. Never have I seen such fire brought forth in an area like that.
I come from a long line of clerics. My parents and my grandparents before them. From a long line of clerics, we have honed our skills over the centuries.
Goodness. That's something common with your family? Summoning fire from heaven in that manner? Goodness.
It is. I do apologize for you getting in the way.
Oh,
It was a
For you getting in the way.
it was a risk I was willing to take because somebody had to pick on a Cyclops.
Well, it worked at a small cost to us and to my fur. I would love to study that further. So
burnt
much.
look is a good look for you there, Blaylock.
No. Just the means to summon such heat from seemingly nowhere at all is amazing. Until another day, apparently. Or...
Tonight would not be a good night for me to
No.
discuss.
No practicing fireballs in a Knoll camp.
That would be bad juju, per
Bad
se.
juju. Good night, everybody.
Good night.
All right, everyone sleeping?
Do you want a long rest?
Yep. If everyone's going to rest, you lay down, and through the exhaustions of the day, you think back of what's happened, the Cyclops, the climb up the sheer cliff. Within moments, you've drifted off into peaceful slumber, covering yourself in the rudimentary pieces of hay that are in the tent and to stay warm. Bellies full of ale and meat. And the night passes without any concern. You awaken the next morning, and through the rays of sunlight that are rising over the horizon, you see the shadows of two gnolls standing outside your tent, waiting.
Leave it
Scar.
time. Let us go and see what the day brings.
After you.
I get up and go out.
Hopefully they don't have any muffins here.
You
I don't think a Knoll cupcake is a good idea.
Might be made of meat.
so
What kind of meat?
as you walk out, Scar, both of them look at you, nod, and you see a gathering again has formed in the center of the camp where it did last time. And they take their spears that they're holding at their side and kind of just let them lean toward that and nod.
Direction.
Just north of where you're at. So, is everyone following?
Yep.
I'll follow behind.
It's all about Scar.
I'll follow.
Oh man.
I'm gonna be looking just everywhere, kind of taking the entire camp and what's going on around us.
I'm pretty nervous myself.
So as you walk toward there, the two scouts walk behind you, and the gnolls are all gathered in a big circle, and there's a large flame burning in the center, and the crowds part way as you all walk through there, and then they close back around you, and you hear a light clinking sound, and out of the large tent you see Grimscar approaching through the crowds, dressed in a ceremonial bone plates, all covering his arms and chest and legs. On top of his head, he has a skull of some kind of great beast with massive teeth hanging down. The crowd quiets, and the winds blow softly in just the silence of the spectacle. Then you see the crowds part again, and you hear the familiar tapping of a staff and the soft padded footsteps as the way opens up, and you see the elder proceed through this and walks straight up to Zoromir, looking you over with one crazy eye.
We stand. I'm assuming it's quite a bit taller than me.
Yeah.
We stand staring straight back up at them.
She reaches over into a pouch, pulls out a small vial, and takes a finger and plunges it into the vial. As she pulls it out, kind of purplish red liquid drips off of her finger. She reaches over and traces a symbol on your forehead, and as
Flinch.
she stops for a moment, and then she reaches forward. You can finishes drawing the symbol. A couple circles, lines. May your mind be at peace, and your heart be open to the truth. She takes her hand back as she walks up to Scar.
I kneel.
She smiles big as you kneel, understanding that you're aware of certain customs and is just overjoyed at the respect that you show, and nods slightly at you. She dips the claw back into the same vial and sets her hand on your shoulder. As she sets it there, she slowly pushes the claw into your flesh until you feel it penetrate your flesh. And then she slowly pulls it out. And with the mixture of the substance and your blood, she traces across your snout, making a small symbol, circular symbol on top of it, and running lines down the side. Still your mind, child of the huntress. Let her spirit guide your hunt. As she takes her hand down to the side, uses the other hand to kind of almost pet the top of your head, and looks down and walks over to Nemoria.
I'll also follow Scar's lead and bow slightly.
She has a look of surprise on her face to see an outsider follow their customs. And she just never breaks eye contact with you as she dips her claw into the vial and traces a line over the top of your left eye and then one line from the bottom of your eye down your cheek. Find your truth, but never forget who you are. Steps back from you, nods, and turns toward Blaylock. A smile instantly forms across her snout.
I'm gonna clumsily try and get to one knee, not accustomed to this sort of this manner.
You slowly kind of crouch down as best you can and just kind of looking around, and it just feels really awkward to you.
Very.
This ritual things like this just aren't a familiar thing. And her smile never ceases as she stabs her finger into the vial and reaches up and traces several lines across your broken horn, leaving just these purplish red marks across them. And she looks you, gets right up close to your face, and then moves her snout near your ear and whispers, "Keep your horns sharp, but always keep your mind sharper." And she leans over and, as best as you can understand, places a light kiss on your cheek and pulls back, stares at you with her one eye.
I'll nod.
And she stands up, walks in front of the party, looks them all over, then turns to Grimscar and nods. Grimstar stands proudly with his chest out. "Let the hunt begin! May the huntress guide your arrow, or may you meet her valiantly." The crowd erupts in cheers as the two scouts that were outside of your tent and two additional one come up with you, and the crowd parts ways to the east as people cheer, and you see things getting thrown into the air, and the scouts kind of point the way to the east, and the two in front of you begin walking, and while the two behind the party wait for you to move.
We'll follow.
Behind Scar, I'll follow. Yep.
Always behind Scar.
So they lead you out into the crags and crevices of the valleys, and you travel about a day's journey. They don't say much. They just keep walking. Every now and then you see them stop and turn and look around as they inspect different areas, making sure nothing's coming out at the party. Eventually, as the dusk begins to fall, you come upon a large crevice in the stone. And just outside of that crevice is a tent much like the one you stayed in. And one of the scouts in the front turns to you. "This is the entrance to the hunting grounds. You may rest here till morning." And the one in the back brings a pack out It's been loaded with various dried meats and water and ale, and sets it down outside the tent. Feast, and may you meet the huntress, proud or valiantly. And then he slams the spear into the ground, and they form up and begin to walk away.
What are we walking into?
Quite a
Oh,
ritual
find
just
out
to be
when we
trusted
go.
by them.
What was that, Scar? You said something.
I believe it begins tomorrow.
Hmm.
The fact that they didn't have to tell us what we're hunting means we'll probably know.
Probably very quickly.
Not only is victory something we need to strive for, the fact that they have to trust us not to leave overnight. I am sure that they are having us watched.
Can I look around the tent and see if there's any, what are we seeing inside this tent? Is there any information I can gather about what to expect? Like anything left behind by other people taking this trial?
You walk into the tent, and inside are various beddings, a lot nicer than what you had last night, which was just kind of rudimentary hay and things. This actually has blankets and cheaply formed pillows. Near the front of the hut, or of the tent on the inside, is a small ceramic jar that has a fine powder in it. And there is a scroll that is wound up beside it. Other than that, it's a large tent. You see on some of the bedding that there are some blood stains. But nothing else. There's some firewood in the backside, and there's a small fire pit outside the tent.
Would I recognize this dust?
I
Doesn't.
will get the fire started out in the fire pit.
Okay.
I'm gonna bring the scroll over to Scar. Scar, should we open this, or will we break some tradition?
There it is there for a reason.
They didn't say not to. I'm gonna open the scroll.
Okay. You see written on it a language you don't understand, and it goes quite a ways down the paper.
Scar, is this that language you were speaking before?
You do recognize it as Infernal.
Oh, your mic's not, it didn't come through, Mike.
I'll read it out loud.
Okay. What you read is basically a variety of blessings and well wishes from the Huntress. And as you go through those, once you reach the bottom of it, it tells you that if you've completed your task, throw this dust into a good hot fire, and someone will come and retrieve those living and dead.
It's very foreboding.
True. How much dust is there? Is there quite a bit of dust?
It's quite a bit. You could tell it's not. You don't throw the whole thing in. It's just used sparingly.
Well, they never said it was going to be easy.
True. This tells me they are a ways off. If we are going to signal them with a fire to come retrieve us, what is in this forest?
Well, we've already fought dragons and rock
Cyclops.
monsters,
Hmm.
giant toads. It could be anything.
True. Only in Dragonwald will we find such a plethora of oddities. Or what is this, Wolfguard or Dragonwald? Dragonwald?
Yep.
Dragonwald, okay.
Only it sounds like. What was that, Scar?
I suggest we pray to whatever gods we worship, and hope tomorrow goes to our advantage.
Like yours are different from mine.
Do I have like a pouch or anything on me?
You have containers.
Can I take? I'm gonna take some of this dust and I'm gonna put it in one of the containers.
Okay.
This may be useful later.
I will sit out by the fire and meditate.
Okay. What's everyone else doing?
I'm gonna sit at my cot and then I'm going to tweak the turret and the servant. Loyal. I will call you Loyal.
I'm gonna sit out by the fire too.
I am going to go to my bunk and I'm going to meditate on what may happen tomorrow.
Okay.
That beard is getting mighty long, Nemoria. May want to shave it.
I will not.
Hmm.
I will let this grow.
Fair enough.
You brought this on me. You shall watch it all the time.
I may regret that. It's quite unseemly.
All right. Scar, you sit there and take in the surroundings. Everyone else is inside the tent, right?
Yes.
Scar, you take in the surroundings. You enjoy not being in city, the fresh air of being outdoors. You hear the winds whipping through the caverns here and different sounds of the night, and the moon shines brightly down into the area. You feel at peace as the wind blows through your fur and feel a slight chill in the evening air.
Kind of rub where she pierced my skin. And just listen for the huntress.
You keep your mind open, and you almost feel like you hear a whisper. It's hard to make out. And then you hear, "Be at peace, my child." And the wind picks up a bit, and then it all stops to the silence of the night.
Sleep outside.
take your rest. You all wake up the next morning refreshed and ready to begin the adventure, which is next week. All right.
Boo. Boo.
Thank you all that attended. Thank you all that watched it. If you're watching this on YouTube, we appreciate you. We love you. Tune in next week, 7:00 Eastern. We are happy to have you to see where this leads. I'm excited.
No.
Guaranteed. No cupcakes.
No climbing.
Probably
No cupcakes.
Until
no more
then,
cupcakes.
stay safe, everybody. Wash your hands and hope that this stuff is over soon enough.
Soon.
And we will see you next week, 7:00.